Please, can you hear me, Clarice?
Okay, so Clarice, read the question.
You are the bookkeeper at 𝒂𝒑 Limited, and it is the end of the month. What? All accounts have been prepared. Says no, everything is okay. All accounts have been prepared, and after extracting the trial balance, you notice that the debit side is not equal to the credit side. In class, it was mentioned that some errors affect the agreement of the trial balance, and some do not affect the agreement of the trial balance. You are required to explain what a suspense account is. List 5 errors that do not affect the agreement of a trial balance. List 3 errors that affect the agreement of the trial balance. B, you scrutinized the accounts, and the following errors were identified. The purchases account have been understated by 75,000 Ghana cedis. Discounts allowed of 6,500 Ghana cedis have been posted to the credit side of the discounts account. Discounts allowed account something. Credit sales at Adoma Ghana cedis 2,000 is not recorded in the books of 𝒂𝒑 Limited. Wages of 21,000 paid in the month had not been posted from the cash book. A payment of rent 4,000 has been correctly entered in the cash book, but the rent account a payment of rent 4,000 had been correctly entered in the cash book, but entered in the rent account as 40,000. A new motor vehicle purchased for 14,000 Ghana cedis had been recorded as a motor expense. Total cash drawings of 8,000 were correctly entered into the cash book, but were duplicated in the drawings account. Can you raise it? Can you take it out? The sales day book was overstated by 15,600 Ghana cedis. Credit purchases of inventory from Richard for 18,000 Ghana cedis have been credited to Richmond's account. You are required to. Can you please take it down? Up. You are required to write up a journal entry to correct the above errors. Prepare the suspense account. That's all.
Okay,
that's all for this.
Okay, so the I is talking about suspense account, right?
Yes.
So I used to say that the suspense account is like the Holy Spirit account. It is a helping account that helps any single account, right? When you correct the errors, you need, maybe the error affects just a single account, then you need an additional account to take the corresponding entry, right? So the suspense account is like a helping account whereby it helps any corresponding entry, right? So you have gotten an error, and the error is affecting one part of the transaction. So the suspense account will be the helping account. So it is a temporal account that is used to hold transactions that cannot be immediately classified or posted to the correct ledger account, right? So it's a temporal account that is used to hold transactions that cannot be immediately classified or posted to the correct ledger account. That is a suspense account. Can write more details, but then I'll send a document on that. Right. And list 5 errors that do not affect the agreement of the trial balance. I said under correction of errors, usually these are the things that come under, right? So list 5 errors, but let's see whether
Error of commission.
So what are some of the errors?
Error of commission.
Error of single entry.
Error of single entry affect.
So error of what? Errors that do not affect the agreement of the trial balance. Error of what?
Error of omission.
Omission.
Yeah.
Error of friend.
Okay, quickly.
Error of commission. Error of commission. Error of omission. Error of principle.
Error of complete reversal.
Is it error of what?
Principle.
Duplication.
Error of what? Duplication. And minimal, right?
Error of complete reversal.
Okay. Is it 5? Error of what? Transposition, Anna. Transposition. All right. Okay. And errors that do not affect. Yes, errors that do not affect. What can you say?
Say, please, the ones we were mentioning are errors that do not affect.
Yeah.
So now errors that affect.
The errors that affect.
Error of casting.
Let me move this one.
Error of single entries.
Give me another one for the error that do not affect.
Error of complete reversal.
Complete reversal. Okay. So the one that do not affect. I. Error of what?
Error of single entries.
Undercast. Overcast. And then error of what? Single entry.
Single entries.
What else? Error of what?
Error of transposition.
Error of partial reversal.
Partial reversal. What else? These are how many? 5. I need a 3. Okay. And what else? The next question is you have to prepare what? Write up the journal entries, correct the above errors, right? So
Yes.
the journal entries correct the above errors. This is a short forward answer, but then if you are not really strong in the accounting, it might beat you. So in the books of what? Books of what's the name? Let's see. Okay. Right. So journal entries. So now we have to draw a table. Whereby so this is the journal. We have the details. We have the what? Debit and credit. Let me make the details bigger. So we have the debit. This is the debit. This is the credit. These are the details. Okay. So the first question, please take them one by one for me. Where is it Clara Akosia? Clara is
say,
okay.
Say.
Yeah, so
I
think
can't
one
see
by
the question.
you can't see the question. I mean the B. Hey, you have to scrutinize the accounts, and the following errors were identified. Take them one by one.
Say.
Mm-hmm.
And said, like the questions are not showing.
These are the
The
questions.
purchases accounts have been understated by 75,000.
Is that you are not seeing my screen?
Like, can you?
Okay, so if you scrutinize the accounts and the following errors were identified. The purchases accounts have been understated by 75,000 Ghana cedis.
So this correction of errors, it's about under principles, right? It's about principle, and then it's about broadly academic writing as well. So we know that purchases has what a debit balance. The purchases account have been understated by 75,000. You need to know the account balance of the transaction. So we know that in accounting, each transaction must affect at least two books. At least what? Two books. So one be receiving the debit and the other taking the what? Credit. So purchases account has a debit balance. So it means the balance should be here, right? That the balance brought down must be here. They are saying it has been undercast. Let's say instead of let's say writing 175,000, they wrote 100,000. So it has been undercast by what? 75. They are supposed to record 175,000 at the debit side. They recorded 100,000. So that is an undercast. They have reduced the figure. So what do you do to correct this? What do you do to correct this error?
So you have to add it up at the credit side.
So we are going to debit the purchases. But debiting means we are increasing it. If an account is having a debit balance, it means it increases at the debit side and then decreases at the credit side. So having a debit balance means it increases at the debit side. So if it is an undercast and we want to correct it, it means we are bringing back the 75,000. Oh, it has been reduced by 75,000. That is the meaning of the broadfoot that you are seeing here. So we are going to debit the purchases account with 75,000. The other account will take the credit side, which will be 75,000. Which account will you give the 75,000 to? I mean, under the credit side. That will be the suspense account. So that's why I said the suspense account is like the Holy Spirit account, whereby any single account, the suspense account will assist that. What I said. So the suspense account is like the helping account. It will assist any account that is suffering, any single account. So we are going to debit, what's the name? Purchases. Or you say purchases account. Debit how much? Ghana cedi. I'm first in Ghana cedis. So you write the currency at the top. So 75,000. And then suspense account is the helping account. So 75,000. Agbena. You get your mark. Then you give the narration. The narration will be what? Undercast now corrected, right? Being error of undercast
now corrected.
Error of undercast now corrected. Code. Agbena. Away. You get your ticks correct. And you come to the next one, which is what?
Discounts allowed of Ghana cedis 6,500 has been posted to the credit side of the discounts received account.
The discount what?
Allowed of 6,500 Ghana cedis has been posted to the credit side of discounts received account.
So you do your analysis on your question paper, right? We know sometimes I don't advise students not to start with it. I advise students not to start with this, especially if you didn't do accounting. Maybe your level might be because maybe you struggle with some of the transactions. So yeah, but if you think you can do it, just try that. Okay, so now discount allowed is 6,500, and then we have discount received. It's really a brofu be what humanity brofu. So discount allowed of 6,500 had been posted to the credit side of the. So you do whatever the question is saying, just do it. So this has been posted to the credit side of what 6,500 of what the discount received. This is what the question is saying. Discount allowed of 6,500 has been posted to the credit side of the discount received. So just write out the question is saying. We are not correct it. Only at time come and correct it. So 6,500. This is what they did. But the thing is discount allowed. So why will you send it to discount received? Right? It's discount allowed. We know it's an expense, and expenses have debit balance. So if it's an expense and expenses, we know that expenses have debit balance. It means the balance figure should be what here? Because expenses, assets, expenses all have what? Debit balance. So we are supposed to have the 6,500 here, but then the person made an error by recording it at the credit side of the what? Discount received. How do we correct this error? In accounting, when you are correcting an error, you don't just pick your pen and cancel it like this. No. Even if you cancel, you have to sign against it. The reason why you are canceling. So we don't just allow you to just cancel anyhow. So what you are going to do is that this is the error that you have committed. You want to correct this error. So we correct this error by debiting the discount received, 6,500. And every entry must have a debit and a credit. So I have debited this 6,500. Automatically, any accountant will see that this amount is canceling this. The balance of this account is 0. Because this line, to me, I just see this line is 7 like a minus bar. This line that you are seeing is 7 as a minus bar. So 6,500 at the credit, 6,500 at the debit. Automatically, it's cancelled. You don't need to cancel automatically. Even the accountant knows that it has cancelled. Then what will be the corresponding? I have debited this. So I need a corresponding credit. Corresponding credit, I would credit discount allowed. I'm going to credit discount allowed because I don't have any other this one to credit. So I'll debit discount received and credit discount allowed. This is one part. The other part would be with a suspense account, whereby now I want to do the correcting. So now, what is the correcting? The correcting is by debiting the discount allowed of what 6,500. Already there is a credit of 6,500 at the discount allowed side. So if I do the correcting by writing 6,500, automatically this 6,500 would also what cancel this amount. Then I do the right thing, 6,500. When I debit 6,500, it will cancel this amount automatically. So this one will cancel this. Then the right one will be 6,500. So in the nutshell, can I say that I will just add these two figures and just write the total? So I will say that what is the total? What is the total given us? Hey, are you here? What's the total given us?
13,000.
So 13,000. It means 6,500 will be taken out of this, and the remaining 6,500 will be at the debit side. Then, since I am debiting discount allowed 13,000, which is the corrected amount, then suspense account will help the discount allowed of what 13,000. So, what will be the correction? Correction will be that. Okay, then let me. First correction was that we are going to credit what? Is it debit the discount received we debited the discount received of what 6,500. Discount received 6,500. Then we credited discount allowed. So you can see that I shifted to the right side a bit, right? When it's credit. Discount allowed 6,500. This was the first correction. And the other one was what? Debiting the discount allowed again with 13,000, and then crediting suspense account of 13,000. So what type of error is this? What is the narration? What will be the narration?
Error of partial reversal. Error of partial reversal now correct.
To the credit side. So this is a wrong end. So you can say error of principle. The principle says that you should debit what? Discount allowed should go to discount allowed account. And any item relating to discount received should go to discount received. And you have done otherwise. So I can say error of principle. Sometimes the description gives problem. So you can count the transaction. You can just use the transaction to explain, to give the description. Yes, you can just use the transaction to give the description. So
what did you say we should describe it?
Yeah, you do that. You do that.
Even if they say you shouldn't, you just describe it.
Yeah, you give some description. Yes, just to get the full marks. Okay, so next question.
Credit sales to Adoma, Ghana cedis 2,000 is not recorded in the books of 𝒂𝒑 Limited at all.
So I believe if you know you don't know the principle, whether it is if you know the type of error, you can use the question. So this one I can say error. No. If you say error of omission, it means you are based on the type of error. But you can see that being wrong amount, and as a being amount posted to discount allowed now corrected. Amount posted to discount received wrongly posted to amount wrongly posted to discount received now corrected. Correct. Right?
Okay.
You just use the question to describe you rather than giving us the wrong description. All right. What else?
If his credit sales to Adoma, Ghana cedis 2,000 is not recorded in the books of 𝒂𝒑 Limited at all.
So this is omission. What I say? It has not I do not see at all. And I say it didn't come to the book, so it's omission. So with this one, then we have to now record it. It was not recorded, so we have to record it. So credit sales, what will be the two accounts? Credit sales to Adoma. So what will be the two accounts? Adoma account, right? Debit the receiver and then what? Sales account.
Sales account.
Yes. So do you know that the principle debit the receiver and credit the giver?
Then credit the giver.
Yeah. So who is receiving? Who is receiving?
Adoma is receiving.
So debit the what? Receiver now. Debit an amount of what? 2,000, and credit sales account 2,000. Agbena. Away. I didn't say when you're there for I saw we are fast. Because accounting type very limited. So what's the name? Aduma account, right? What's the amount? 2,000. Hey, someone is also solving another question at the back. So what type of error? Error of what? Omission.
Omission.
Now
Error of
corrected.
omission now corrected.
Now corrected.
Agbena, Yanko.
Ivan. Wages of Ghana cedis 21,000 paid in the month had not been posted from the cash book.
At this point, I don't want to be asking whether you are any person or staff, what I said. But if you think you have a question, you can still ask. Okay. So with this amount of what?
21,000 paid in the month had not been posted from the cash book.
The wages of 21,000 have not been posted to the cash book. So how do we post the wages to the cash book? Wages account, no? Is it what balance does it have? Wages.
Debit balance.
Debit balance.
Salaries and wages, right? So wages is even a cost. Wages is a cost. Salaries and wages is an expense. And costs have debit balance. All right. So since it was not reported, we are going to debit the wages account and then credit which account?
Suspense.
Suspense. Okay. Paid in the month had not been posted from the what? Cash book. All right. So wages is how much? 21,000. What else? So error of what? What type of error is this?
Omission. Single entry.
Error of single entry. Of course, error of single entry. So yes, next question. Hurry up.
Payment of rent, Ghana cedis 4,000 had been correctly entered in the cash book, but entered in the rent account as 40,000 Ghana cedis.
A payment of rent 4,000 had been correctly entered in the cash book. Okay. Indeed, we don't have an issue with the cash book because they are saying that it has been correctly entered in the cash book, right? But entered in the rent account as 40,000. Hey, we have added 1 0. So how do we correct this error? How do we correct this error? To rent account, what is the balance of rent account?
Debit.
Credit.
Come again. Rent account. Is it debit?
Credit account.
It has a credit balance.
Credit.
We have rent income and then rent account. So that a payment of rent 4,000 had been correctly entered in the cash book. So at the cash book, where do we record rent? It will be at the credit side of the cash book because all payments are at the credit side of the cash book. And then the debit side is the receipt. Am I making sense? The cash book has receipt and the payment side. Payment side is the credit side. They are seeing a rent of 4,000 currently in the cash book. So in the cash book, they recorded 4,000. Then we're not entered in the rent account, but entered in the rent account. So rent account is having a debit balance. It is an expense. Rent account. Instead of recording 4,000 here, they recorded 40,000. How do we correct this error? We are going to credit the rent account with what amount? 36,000. And then what would be the corresponding entry? Which account would the corresponding entry go? Suspense account, because it is helping the rent account. So the suspense will be 36,000. So suspense account will be debited 36,000. And then what else? We have the rent account of what 36,000 as well. What type of error is this?
Error of original omission.
So
Error of
transposition.
Error of omission.
Error of overcast.
Okay, error of overcast makes sense. Error of what? So overcast now corrected because you have increased the figure, right?
Yeah.
Instead of recording it as 4,000, you have recorded it as 40,000. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So please, can you go over
Well, which one?
the one we just did, the rent one?
Okay, so the rent account, rent is an expense, right? When I'm going to pay my rent, it's part of your expenses. And in the cash book, under the fundamentals of accounting, we saw that we have cash book, receipt side, and the payment side. Do you remember something like that?
Yes.
Yes. So if we pay rent, we record it in the cash book at the credit side. Credit 4,000. They said that a payment of rent 4,000 had correctly entered. Something that has been done correctly, we don't need to correct it again, right? So it has been correctly entered in the cash book at the credit side of as what 4,000. So we don't need to correct the cash book part again. Now let's go to the other part because each transaction must at least affect 2 books. So you have the cash book and then the rent account. In the rent account, instead of we to debit, because here we have credited 4,000, instead of us to debit the same 4,000, we rather made a mistake by adding another 0 to make it 40,000. So 40,000, how do we cancel the difference? But at the debit side, we are supposed to have 4,000. Why did you add another 0? You are giving us 40,000, and that is an error. How do we correct the error? We don't use our pen to cancel the 40,000. But then what we do is that the difference, we record it at the opposite side. Record the difference at the opposite side. Automatically, any accountant knows that it is canceling. That's why I used to say that this bar is like a minus bar. This bar is like a minus bar. So it is reducing it. So when we record 36,000 at the credit side, it is reducing the 40,000 and giving us 4,000 at the debit side. Because 36 will cancel 36 of the 40,000, leaving us with 4,000. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
So that is it. So still asking, what type of error is this? So we can see that it has overcast, right?
Yes.
Overcast now corrected. Because you are supposed to write 4,000 and you've written overcast now corrected. Simple. Don't waste time on the narration. No. You can even use this one question to do the narration. You have a lot of things to do. I have about 4 questions, right? And it's a whole lot. All right, so read the next question.
A new motor vehicle purchased for 14,000 Ghana cedis had been recorded as a motor expense.
A new motor vehicle purchase. A new motor vehicle purchase for 14,000 had been recorded as motor expense, right?
Yeah.
So motor vehicle is cost. that is an asset. Motor expense is an expense, right? So you are doing a different thing altogether. So let's try to get the error first before we correct it. So first of all, let me write the error. Motor vehicle, and then motor expense. So a new purchase. We purchase motor vehicle. When you purchase motor vehicle, you debit your motor vehicle account, 14,000. Has been recorded as motor expense. Oh, so recorded the 14,000 here rather. Oh, okay. So how do we correct this? I'll just credit this is the correction. Let me credit the 14,000 here, so that the 14,000 will cancel this 14,000. And then if I credit this 14,000, what do I do here? I debit here with what? My 14,000. Does it make sense?
No, please.
Did I hear no or yes?
Please come over.
Okay. So let me take it again. So I'm saying that reading the question, a new motor vehicle purchased for 14,000 had been recorded as a motor expense. I have motor vehicle, which is an asset, non-current asset, motor vehicle. Motor expenses, it is part of the operating expenses, right? Motor expenses. Now, instead of recording the 14,000 here, I'm supposed to record it here. And then because I was confused with motor, because I saw motor now, I recorded the 14,000 at the, let me clean. I recorded it at the debit side because motor expenses is an expense. Expenses have debit balance. So because of that, I've recorded it at debit side. So now, this is the error that I've made. This is the error. How do I correct this error? The 14,000 is not supposed to be in this motor expense account. So how do I correct it? I'll credit this account 14,000. So this is my correction. I'm putting asterisk. That's my head. So now 14,000. This is canceling this amount. I've now cancelled this amount. Now let me do the right thing. The right thing is supposed to record it at the debit side, 14,000. So we have debit and credit. Debit and credit. Are you okay now?
Oh, okay.
So motor vehicle debit is 14,000. And we have motor expenses. Motor expense we also got 14,000. So the error, type of error, description.
Error of commission now corrected. Error of commission now corrected.
What is the meaning of the error of commission?
It's error of principle.
It is when. Okay. Error of commission is when a transaction is recorded in the wrong person's account. Okay.
So that is a person, right? It's talking about person.
Person.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So now,
So it's error of principle rather.
The principle is saying that.
So it will be error
record it.
of.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, error of principle is when the transaction is recorded in the wrong class of account.
Yeah.
So error of principle now corrected. Okay. Let's go one again.
So he said total cash drawings of 8,000 were corrected. Total cash drawings of 8,000 cedis were correctly entered into the cash book, but were duplicated in the drawings account.
Okay, so cash drawings were correctly entered in the cash book. Where would the cash drawings be in the cash book?
Drawings.
Drawings, correct.
On the drawings account, is it having a debit balance or a credit?
Say debit balance.
Yes, the
Credit
drawings
balance.
account. Hey,
Credit balance. Debit balance.
Our drawings having a credit balance.
Yes. Credit balance.
I thought it was a debit balance.
This is a debit balance.
So let me explain this. The drawings account is having a debit balance. So this amount, total cash drawings of 8,000 were correctly entered in the cash book, but were duplicated in the drawings account. So in the Brofo, right? English, 8,000 were duplicated. Means they recorded it twice in the drawings account. And then the cash book, they recorded it at the credit side of what? 8,000. So you see, the cash book has been done correctly. We don't need any correction here, right? This is affecting a single account. This is affecting just the drawings. So we would need the what? The helping hand, right? What is the name of the helping?
Suspense account.
Suspense account. So 16,000 here. So I need to correct it by what? Crediting here 8,000. So that this 8,000 will cancel one of the 8,000, leaving us with 8,000. You get it? Then the suspense will be the helping hand. So suspense will take which part?
Credit. The debit account.
Suspense will take the correction.
The debit account.
The suspense will take the credit.
Yeah, the debit account.
So we'll take the debit account.
We'll take the debit account.
Exactly. So now, which one? Midi drawings. Yeah, drawings account is also 8,000. So what type of error? Description. Error of duplication and
Duplication. Yeah.
error of duplication now corrected. Admin.
Duplication.
Yes.
The sales day book was overstated by 15,600.
Overstated.
The sales day book were overstated by what? By
15,000 Ghana cedis 600.
15,000 Ghana cedis.
600.
600. Okay. All right. So sales day book is having a credit balance. If you don't know the balance of the account, it means you cannot do this. That's why it's a bit much. Those who understand the concept, the basis, debit, this one is having a debit, this one is having a credit. It's easy. The sales day book is having a credit balance, sales, and then purchases is having what? Debit. So the sales book was overcast by 15,000. So how do you correct it? How do you correct this? Hello. Hey, it has been overcast. So we record it at the debit side, opposite side. And we record 15,600 so that you cancel the overcast. And then suspense will take what? Suspense will take for the credit. All right. So what's the name? That is sales is taking the debit. 15,600. And then suspense is 50,600. What is the description?
Of
Overcast. Error of overcast.
now corrected.
So the overcast now corrected?
Yeah.
Or error of overstatement now corrected? Yeah, no, I'm what I say? Because you did academic writing. You did all right. What else? Then we move to which one again? Yes.
If his credit purchases of inventory from Richard for 18,000 Ghana cedis have been credited to Richmond's account.
Richard to Richmond. I think this might be commission.
Yeah, this is the commission.
Person. Okay, person. All right. So Richard and Richmond. Hey. Oh, okay. So credit purchases of inventory from, so debit the receiver, credit the what giver. So we are supposed to credit Richard of 18,000. This is the correct thing that we are supposed to do. But then what did we do? Have been credited to Richmond. Oh, it are common Richmond. Oh, so how do we correct this error? We are going to correct this error. We are going to correct this error by debiting Richmond 18,000. Yeah, cancel. Then what do we do? What is the right thing?
We credit Richard.
Richard. So debit and credit. Agbena. So we are going to debit Richmond account with 18,000 and then Richard. I think we had the C. I think we had the power. What's the power? What's the principles? Nasia. It is very sweet. All right. So what is to be the error of commission? Error of commission now corrected. Is that all? Agbena. Right. So you are done with the journal entries. Look at the requirement. Requirement to write the journal entries to correct our verb errors. We've done that. So what is the II? II is saying that you should prepare the suspense account. We need a pick and then write suspense account. All the items in the debit will come to the debit of the suspense. And then the items, those with that has something to do with the suspense. Those that have something to do with the suspense account. So usually, in the question in that document, usually what they have been doing is that they will give that the balance of this one was what identified at the beginning of the question. At the beginning of the question, it will be like the balance of this one has been identified at the credit side or at the debit side. If they say at the debit side, they say balance brought down, maybe 270,000. At the beginning of the question, they will tell you that the balance of this one was identified. With this question, it was not stated, right? It was not stated that was any balance identified, right? There's no balance brought down. There's no balance brought down. And the good thing is that the suspense account should help you balance. If they give you the difference, you can easily balance it, right? But if they don't give you the difference, it means you would be finding the difference. you'll be finding the difference. So let's do that. Let's do that quickly. So let's go to our table. The table. Any transaction that has something to do with the suspense will come to this side. So where is the purchases? Purchases has something to do with the suspense. The suspense is at the credit side. Can you see it is at the credit side?
Yeah.
75,000. So we come to the suspense account. Suspense account. Where is suspense? Credit. In the name of what? Purchases. Name of purchases. 75,000. Agbena. Right. The second one, does it have something to do with suspense? Yes, we have suspense. Discount allowed. So yes, so discount allowed, discount allowed, discount allowed. What is the discount allowed? So discount allowed is at the credit side as well. The suspense is at the credit side. Is it 13,000? What else? What else? What else? What else?
That is the rent account.
Where is it? So the next one is what? Tomorrow is sales.
Wages
So
account.
Yes, we don't have any.
Account.
Yes, so we don't have anything to do with the Adoma and sales has nothing to do with the suspense. So we come to the next one, wages and suspense. Wages is still at the suspense is still at the credit side. So suspense credit in the name of wages. Suspense. You the credit side, we are crediting you in the name of what? Wages. Is it 21,000?
Yes.
What else?
If it's
What else?
Rent account.
Rent account. Did you rent or sales?
Sales.
Rent. Rent before sales.
Okay. So
sales is there, but rent before sales.
Okay. So rent is giving us how much? 36. Is that the debit?
Yeah. Suspense are the debit.
Rent is 36 debit. So rent 36. What else?
Drawings account.
Suspense rent. Drawings rent. Okay, drawings. Also on the debit side, drawings. Is it 8,000? What else?
Sales account.
Sales way. Sales is that the debit credit?
Yeah.
The amount 15,600. What else?
If it's that so.
Okay, so there's nothing. So complete the debit.
Where is he? Oh.
Hey, Oku.
What? Am I the only one who's looking?
I want spaghetti.
You want spaghetti? Hey. Continue.
Safari.
So, please give me the total figures. Some of you should be doing the debit, some of you should be doing the credit.
Please, for the credit, it is 124,600.
For 600. So of course, the credit will be more than debit. So the balance would be same for both.
When I come back, I'll call you. Bye. No, for the credits. For the credit, it is 124,600. When I come,
Credit is what?
the credit. What is that?
Yes, sorry, boss.
The credit is 124,600, and then the debit is 44,000.
124.
600 for the credit side.
For the credit side, the debit
for the credit side. For the credit side, but the debit side is 44,000.
Okay. Debit side is 44,000. Yes, so we pick the highest figure.
Fair.
It's 44,000. So we are going to pick the highest figure. That will be the balancing figure. See, when we completed this, we are told that it is 126. This side will be more than this. So difference will come here. So the difference will be difference balance what CD. What is the balance?
Carry
CD?
down.
Yeah, carry down.
$80,600.
80,600. Now the 124,600 minus the 44,000. Those of you want to use it again. That is it. So, but with the normal question, we are supposed to debit side must supposed to be equal to the credit side. To see that it has balance. Like this one, they didn't give us the difference. In the question, like the difference of this question, you could have said that the difference of 80,600 was debited to the suspense account. So when they are starting, will be like balance down 80,600. But didn't give us. We have found. Thank you very much for
Fair.
Someone is calling me, but the person is not me.
Yes, sir.
Just call me. Yes.
Please, can you please go over how we got the rent at the debit side? I'm a little bit confused there.
Yes.
Why we recorded the rent at the debit side?
This is suspense and then rent. Suspense and then rent. So we are going to debit the suspense at the debit side. The name of what? Rent.
Okay.
Are you watching now? Are you watching now?
Yes, please, I've gotten it.
Alright. So this is for the name version of purpose. So let's look at the manufacturing. Let's do manufacturing. The partnership I've already solved a similar one on YouTube, right? On YouTube. So You apply the same knowledge. You apply the same knowledge. All the same, I would send solution.
So this is the insurance of share.
Don't do insurance of share. Or you can do it on your own.
Oh, share. Let's go to.
Where you are chance, do it on your own. But if you have done it, I would see if I will send a solution. No. The manufacturing. The manufacturing, the one who said I should do the manufacturing, those manufacturing, I don't have video on it. Okay. So let me see. So you can read the manufacturing question.
Question 4. The following is the trial balance of all shall pass Promax Limited, manufacturers of high school for the year ending December 31st, 2023. Office assets at cost, factory assets at cost, motor vehicle, loan, raw material at January 1st, 2023, indirect material at January 1st, 2023, work in progress at January 1st, 2023, capital, retained earnings, sales, rent expense, general factory expense, direct wages. Can you please scroll up? Sir, please, can you please scroll up? Direct wages.
Pull up. Have you gotten to?
Yeah. Direct wages. Purchases of raw material. Purchases of indirect materials. Direct expenses. Indirect factory wages. Bad debt. Provision for unrealized profit. Carriage inwards of raw materials. Office expense. Commission received. Trade receivables. Bank. Please go. Trade payables, dividend, finished good at January 1st, 2023. Additional notes. Closing inventory, raw material, Ghana cedis 20 million. Indirect material, 12,500,000 Ghana cedis. Work in progress, 11,250,000 Ghana cedis. And finished goods, 30 million. Goods B, goods produced are transferred at a markup of 10%. C, provide for depreciation as follows: factory assets 10%, office assets 5%, motor vehicles, I think 10% on, I don't know. Motor vehicles, I can't see the figure. But note, the motor vehicle is used equally at the factory and office. The rent expense is to be apportioned 70% in the factory and 30% in the office.